Okay, thank you for joining me, Shelley. I'm joined by Shelley Blackstone. You have got a wealth of experience with fundraising, particularly for the Nicky. Obviously, this is this weekend's campaign, the matching campaign that seeks to raise £500,000, has been put together. It's in recognition of the tremendous public support that you've already received, that has been well documented in the Jewish newspapers, as regards people wanting to save such a vital service. So how long have you been involved with the Nicky for?
I've worked for the Nicky for must be over 16 years. I took a break in between when I retired at 60, and I was a bit bored, so I decided to come back. And fortunately for me, my job was still available to me, so I came back again. And then I've worked here, for the last good few years. And then obviously with the lockdown and with the problems and everything, some of the staff were made redundant, and I was one of them. And I came one day to clear my desk, and I got terribly upset. And on my way home, I was crying, and I thought to myself, I've got to do something about this. This place has not got to stop. So I rang 𝙎𝘼𝙑𝙀. Sorry if I get emotional.
No, it's okay.
I rang 𝙎𝘼𝙑𝙀, our chief executive, and I said to her, can we do something? We've got to do something. And I've heard about these wonderful crowdfunding appeals. Let's see if we can set something up. So at the time, the board were very much wanting to sell the building and one thing another. And she spoke to the board, and then we managed to get about half a dozen people on board that were not related to the board in any way, but wanted the goodwill of the continuation of the organisation to happen. And we got the green light from the board a couple of weeks ago, and now we're setting the ball in motion for the campaign. It's taking place, as you probably know, this weekend.
Yes.
And we need to get quite a few more team leaders on board if we can. And hopefully, fingers crossed, someone in the community has come forward and said that they would help match fund what we raise.
Fantastic.
It is feasible, it can be done, and the idea being is that we will continue and won't have to close our doors in 12 months' time. That's what this is all about.
That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So for every pound raised, there's an individual that will match that
match the total. Yes, and obviously since the campaign and the Jewish Telegraph's involvement, we actually have been receiving donations. So to date, I think we're nearly on £17,000.
That's fantastic.
And that will be added on to, that's only in a few weeks, and that will be added on to the total. At the end, it'll be an offline donation like you have with Just Giving, on like a similar thing. And we're using a company called Charity Extra, who did the campaign for King David School.
Yeah, that's very successful.
Yeah. So, hopefully.
That's brilliant. So you mentioned that you were looking for team leaders. So
yes.
Tell us how people can get involved, how they can become a team leader. What is a team leader and how does it work?
Okay. So the idea being is it's a bit like Just Giving. People get in touch with their contacts and tell them that they're going to get a call. They're going to get a call at the end of the weekend to see if they'd like to donate to this particular campaign. And then there'll be an online web page that they can go onto, and they can link onto it and actually make a donation there and then. If you're a team leader, you set up your own page, a bit like Just Giving, and then you see the money mounting up as people start to make donations. And, if we can get 100 people to actually be team leaders, then if we've got 40 or 50 people that do it and we miss on the other people, then we've got a chance of raising that target.
Fantastic. So how do they get in touch with you to register as team leaders?
So if they email Shelley, 𝙎𝙃𝙀𝙀 at mjcc.org.uk, or call the Nicky on 740-011, they can then get a message that they're interested in being a team leader, and someone will let me know, and then I will make contact with them. We're having a Zoom meeting on Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock, where all the current team leaders will be told what to do and how they do it. Everybody's given the tools to do it. We can send messages out to people on WhatsApp, email, and they'll see it on Facebook and all the different social media platforms.
Fantastic. So we've got 36 hours from Sunday morning all the way to Monday
evening.
night.
Yeah, so literally
Okay.
36 hours. And I have to tell you that we've had a lot of celebrities and service users who've come forward to help us, and I've got lots of film messages from them.
Oh,
I've
great.
had Judge Robert Rinder, 𝙎𝙀𝙑𝙀, who else has come forward? Graham Gulman, Nicola Mendelsohn, who's a CEO of Facebook.
Yeah.
A couple of our members, quite a lot of interesting people who, you know, want to say how much they feel this place should be saved. And that's the message we need to get across to everybody.
Fantastic. And I think that mirrors the public sentiment as well. I think there's the Nicky has always been something that we've all taken advantage of, if you like, because it's there. We've taken for granted the fact that it's going to be there forever, but that's not the case, is it? Like so many communal organisations, it can only exist with communal support. I was talking to Michelle and to Mike Hart earlier, and we were talking about this campaign obviously is for this weekend, but you're going to need public support going forward as well. And that there are the donations, both monetarily and also in volunteer time as well, because there's many opportunities for younger people to get involved and to help the next generation.
Absolutely.
It's always there and it's always welcomed, isn't it?
It is, very much so. And we could do with a nucleus of young people coming forward. You know, it's such a vital, important place. You know, a lot of people forget about the elderly, but we're all going to be old one day.
Yeah.
And, you know, this place has been going for 70 years. You know, when it was the Jewish Blind Society, and then it became Manchester Jewish Community Care later on, and it was the Nicky, and it's always been known as the Nicky affectionately. And, you know, if people come and walk round here, they can't believe how happy the members are. And we don't just look after the members. We have the League of Jewish Women coming in here who serve the lunches and do the nail care. You know, we have the building itself is used by so many other organisations as well as ourselves, which is paramount. And there are a lot of components to the jigsaw that make the Nicky what it is today. And we're very lucky that we've got people like Angela Epstein on our side who helps us and supports us. And, you know, there are lots of people out there that make a big difference. Our Life President Nigel Alliance is amazing, you know, and our board. So, you know, collectively, we can make this happen. We can, and we will. That's the plan.
Fantastic. I can hear that passion and enthusiasm, and I must tell you, the Nicky and the community as a whole, very, very grateful to I'm very lucky to have you there as the campaign manager now. I know it's difficult to have come back after.
It's not easy. Yeah, because I've been in a 4-month zone of switching off and being relaxed, and then all of a sudden it's like, oi, what's hit me?
Being sent over the trenches again.
Yeah, well, in a way,
This is important, and obviously we'll do everything we can to raise awareness throughout the week, and if you don't mind, we'll talk to you again after the campaign, and hopefully we'll be reporting some very good news. But because as much as the newspaper article is very supportive, it's also a little bit misleading, because the Nicky is not out of the woods yet. We still need to raise this money, and we still need to galvanise public support on an ongoing basis going forward. So every penny that everybody can give this weekend is vitally needed and will be gratefully received. And it helps so many people, doesn't it, in such a wide range of users. I mean, the Meals on Wheels service, we have been carrying that through, but, you know, right all the way through, you know, that we're still open to do that. But, you know, it's just lots of, you know, the volunteers who come here, you know, some of those volunteers probably ultimately will become members, but it's a way of life for them as it is for the members. You know, they're so used to coming here. You know, we've got like, I think it's about 80 volunteers, and that's a big chunk of people that've got nowhere to go as well as the members.
past.
Sure.
So yes, there's lots of different reasons why this place should stay open. And you know, we have a bathing service. I don't know whether that was mentioned, but
it was mentioned.
Yeah, we have a lot of people, you know, out of the community that use the bathing service, and it's used by Care Concern for bereavement counselling. We have a reminiscence club that the members come to that they absolutely adore. And you know, there's so many different things that go on. It's just a great place.
It is great. I actually had the privilege of listening in. I was in a meeting, actually. I sat in the hallway there, and I stumbled in on one of the reminiscing events that you had there. And it's tremendous, because you've got people really that are remembering vital parts of their history and Manchester's history, and the history of the Jewish community and how it formed, and the users have a wealth of knowledge that they share together. It's superb. It really is.
Well, as people get older, it's important for them to remember the past that they came from, so they can share it with other people. And if you're lucky enough and you're blessed to still have your memory and not have dementia or Alzheimer's, then that's a blessing, isn't it? That you can actually tell those stories, because those stories need to be kept alive.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for all your efforts. We'll be touching base with you again after the campaign, and good luck with everything.
Thank you very much, David, and thank you for inviting me.
No problem at all. I'll speak to you again, Shelley. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.